Hello there, survivors, and welcome back to ARK Survival Ascended. Today, we're back here on Astraeos. We're going to continue our work on my little Greek island town. Last time, we finally added some new buildings in, starting to really get that town feel here. And today, we're going to continue that work. So basically, we're trying to get the real town feeling in here. We have the main street leading down to the villa, and we want to make sure that we have some proper buildings around the street and, you know, making it feel like it's a real proper bustling town with different buildings. So I've got a few ideas of what we should be adding next, and we'll see how much of that we can get done in today's stream. Last time we did the Fletcher right here, which is a nice little workplace with a small building next to it, quite simple. And then right next door we have the blacksmith, which is a little bit more elaborate, a little bit more detailed, and yeah, would definitely be a fun base to use. Actually, we got the little workshop outside here with the dwarven forge, which is quite cool. And we have an industrial forge here just for good measure, but definitely could be like a storage room instead. And then you have a small side building that could be your home or whatever, I suppose. And then nice little hallway, plenty of storage or decorations all the way around. But yeah, we did quite a few builds last time. We also added in this little detail right at the end of the side street that we made, and of course we hung down some of these banners from the Roman custom cosmetics, which is a quite cool addition as well. So yeah, we are definitely starting to get a really nice town. I also replaced my pathways with I think it's called like ferries pathways, if I'm not mistaken, which are actually quite cool, and there's a lot more variation and different shapes to them. So yeah, we've added those around the place now to create some lovely paths besides the main road. And yeah, they look quite cool. They give a really cool vibe to the place. So yeah, that's what I did. And now it's time to continue working on a build and get some more buildings in. But first of all, hello there, welcome in. So yeah, there we are, ready to build. And today I think we're gonna get started with the Apothecary. I do have I do have some plans for that. We'll see how they end up, and we'll see how long it takes, and depending on that, we'll see if we do some more builds besides just the Apothecary. But judging by last time, we'll probably have like at least one or two buildings, although I do have a second bigger one. There is a sketch, yes, but I think I already showed you all the sketches for the few upcoming builds for this place. Well, there we go. We are right here in our lovely little town. And yeah, time to continue work. I think I want the Apothecary right over here, because then we kind of finish this little part and we can have this as a square inside of our town. For now, I've kept these rocks. We'll see if we actually keep them or not, but I kind of like, you know, collaborating with the environment, so we'll see. I know. Okay, so basically I almost want the Apothecary to feel like it's like a little temple-y build, but then of course also have like a workshop, and it's probably gonna be quite overgrown and stuff like that, so we will see. I think something like this could be big enough, and then something like that. So for example, if we want to have like the typical pillar entrance of a temple, I guess it would be like this. maybe a little bit higher. Correct me if I'm wrong, did you not build an enormous Greek town on the cluster? I did, but we had to remove that because it was causing too many issues for people. So now I'm here in my private world where no one can stop me. And we're working on a new project. There we go. So yeah, I think if this was like the kind of entrance up to the temple, I feel like that is pretty nice. No one can stop me here. No one can complain about building too big. But yeah, the harbor city, I guess you should really call that a city because we built it enormous. Had to be removed, unfortunately. It was too powerful to be kept alive. There we go. Yeah, I think that's going to be like a nice entrance. And then I guess this would be the actual building. Let's maybe start like this for now. We also need to remove some of the plants around. I've upgraded the axe so it goes a lot faster. There we go. Probably should remove these as well because they're definitely going to be in the way because there's probably going to be a road back here. Now we're definitely going to cut into whatever this road would be, but I don't mind it having to go around it. And we might have like an entrance on that side as well, just to kind of incorporate it all in to each other. There we go. So I think if we do something like this, so basically this is where the actual building would start. There we go. There we go. All right. Let's see. What kind of entrance do we want to have? I almost think that I might actually want to change this up because if I do these, I could have a big gate as an entrance, which always works quite nice. There we go. Just like that. Yeah, it's a shame when you have to lose builds you don't want to. But to be fair, I feel like if you would still have it, you would start feeling the tingle to rebuild it with either CKF or the castle skins or whatever, you know. If you had the time, that is. You would feel that urge. Is Enshrouded still happening on Friday? Of course Enshrouded is still happening. It better be happening on Friday, because that's what I'm looking forward to all week. It's the best. Alright. So yeah, we have nice little entrance there. Then you go into the main building. That feels fine. So then this is where the building starts. How far do we want this build to go back? I guess we could add one to it, maybe. And then we could just do it like this. We could have a little side entrance here for the street that's meeting it on this side. I don't pick them up, I destroy them. If you're in creative, you can look at something, press G, and it will delete it on PC. So, and since I'm in creative, I don't have to bother about picking things up. I mean, the game will be around, man. Whenever you've got time again, we'll still be somewhere. There we go. Yeah, we'll have a little side entrance. Do we want to have something like that? Maybe. Or do we want to make this a little bit more cozy? Maybe, ooh, that's one too many. Maybe we make it a little bit more cozy like this. This could be quite nice, right? and it's a little bit more special. Well, I guess not. There we go. Yeah, that feels a little bit more special. Nice little decoration. And I guess then the street can go here, that way, but it can also go in between and connect back up to these. It will all be interconnected and you can go everywhere. Okay, so this is going to be that high at least. Actually, I should probably pay attention to the way I snap these pillars actually, because it's going to be a pain in the ass if I do not have the right snap points. You know what? Let's make sure that we check, because the thing I hate is when you get to the end of the building, you find out that the snap points are wrong, and I think the flip has been removed. Yeah, or the flip not, but the rotate has been removed. It depends what you remove. You have to remove something that you can remove. If I remove this, it's just gone. But if I remove something and other things were connected to it, you know, it would blow up. There we go. These are all the right way. Perfect. I guess I would kind of like these to be the other way around. So maybe like that. Perfect. And I guess these we want to have like that. And then they should also match up perfectly. Okay, I'm glad I finally remembered to do this at the start, because I've been so often that I have to start removing pillars and then they kind of all, you know, break down, and it's a hassle. You don't want that. You definitely don't want that. So yeah, this is probably gonna get a little extension on the sides for the roof will be able to fit in, and to be honest, we probably also want to create like a nice little detailed ledge here. So we can do something like that. Although I guess if we do this, it's not really going to be the roof that sticks out. So maybe we do not do these yet. And we just have it like this. And then we can add them on this layer. Nope. Oh God. Please. There we go. Yeah, because if we do these, then it should be all nice and connected, just like we want to. And then we should be able to make this work. And we have these in the middle. Why does it have to rain? There we go. All right. So yeah, I think something like this would be really nice. And then I guess we would have something like this. I'm not sure if we'll be able to fill in a lot of details in there, but we'll see. We will see and we'll try. Yeah, Crosswind looks really fun. I think like in maybe 2 or 3 weeks we will get to play it. Or at least if you get into the playtest, but I think I've already been accepted. So hopefully it is going to be on time, because I hope it won't release as well when I'm on my holiday, basically. Is that too much depth in there? Maybe. We'll see. We could add some details around it. Yeah, consoles have to wait a little bit longer, but that's usually the case, and it's usually down to the rules of the platforms. Like, early access rules are a bit different, and if it's a small company making early access, they usually just don't have the people to also work on different platforms at the same time, do they? There we go. That would look quite cool. The one thing is this going to be too tall? No, it's going to be perfect. So yeah, I think we're going to go for the archer there. Although maybe we want to go for a Roman skin there, because I think that might have something more appropriate. Oh, these are way too big. Never mind. We're not gonna do that at all. There we go. We'll just keep it like this. That's fine. That's gonna work. And then we can, of course, already change these as well. Alright, but we've kind of skipped a few steps ahead. We still need to finish the building, of course. There we go. We'll add these in. Please no. And I guess we'll have to add these in as well to make sure there's no little gaps around. Same thing over here. There we go. And I think for these on the side, we'll definitely want to get some wood textures in there. Because if that's going to be visible, I think that's what we prefer. I think we want to have windows up here, because yeah, we can make those narrow windows with these skins, and that's usually quite nice. There we go. Do I just fill in the rest of the wall? Probably. Here on this side, we're going to still add something to the building as well, so we might want to not completely fill it all in, but probably what we'll do is just have a doorway there. There we go. We'll fill all of these in. Hello there, Crimson. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are you doing? So yeah, I think we'll continue this layer. And then, of course, we'll have these. And we'll have that. There we go. Yeah, I like that it's a little bit taller than the other buildings, so the sidelines are going to be quite good for this one. Playing around with Castlecraft, I still need to do that as well. There's so many things that I want to do. There's too many things. And at first I was just gonna wait with like Castlecraft and stuff for Ragnarok, but that's been delayed, so maybe I wanna try it before it's here, you know. It's tricky. It's tricky. There's so much potential. So much to do. There we go. I think maybe something like this. And pretty much this is going to be, I think, the shop. And then this is going to be like living quarters, I think. If that makes any sense. Yeah, we definitely do not want to make these like too tall. Okay, so I think I'll have a door there, and maybe we'll have a little door here as well. There we go. There we go. Yeah, maybe something like this. But over here, I think I want to maybe have a little bit of an area to work with. Do we connect those up? I mean, why not, right? There we go. I think we want to have these. There we go, yeah. Because this is probably all gonna be the frontier. Hello there, David. Welcome in, welcome in. It's going good. The Castlecraft Deco mod still needs to have things. Yeah, but I mean, just building with the build structure skins is also going to take some time getting to used to all the options that are hidden there. Especially after building with CKF for so long, where you just have like a proper mod with all the structures easily findable. So yeah, I don't know. I'm doing so many builds. Like, it's hard to keep track of. Because recently we did, of course, the futuristic villa. That tutorial is coming out this week. Then I did the steampunk build, of course. That's a tutorial I'm gonna have to make. Then I've got a new dino breeding pen that I've built. That video is coming out next week. So I have to make a tutorial of that as well. Probably. So yeah, I'm doing so many builds. Then we have the Greek town. There's a lot of things going on. Too many things. I've got the CKF village, of course. Still editing videos of that. Still trying to find the time and gonna build even more. Yeah, building is crazy. Busy. I build too many things. I want to build everything. Just before I potentially miss out during my holiday, you know. Getting all of the things done. But yeah, there's some cool things coming up. There's also some build projects that I've been working on that I have not even mentioned yet. But, yeah. You're making your server vanilla tomorrow to be ready? Oh, I can't do that. I would lose too much. And I don't think there's that much to worry about. Like, I'm just preparing for downtime when the update hits. Because that's realistically all you need to do with mods. You just have to wait until they're updated. But a lot of them might already be up to date because the modders are getting an opportunity already to prepare a little bit. So we'll see. I just hope that it doesn't come too early, as stupid as it sounds, because I'm middle of preparing for my holiday at the end of next month, or, well, the end of May, so that's almost here. Before you know it, time flies by. So I basically try to do the normal content and then also prepare a little bit for when I'm going away. So we'll see. Hopefully they manage to keep it somewhat doable. When is the futuristic town happening? You know, the problem is that usually the futuristic builds are already quite big. If I make a whole town of those, I might have to up my limit. Or build smaller, futuristic builds, I suppose. Right, let's see about the size of this building. I don't think I want to have a very big house here. So maybe we keep it nice and cozy on the side. Nice and cozy, because it's only for one little scroll that it's gonna live here. There we go. So yeah, this is gonna be the wood. This as well. Okay, let's get these. Just like that. And there we go, perfect. We'll have a nice cozy little house for one little scroll to live in. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And then I probably will add like a lot of plants and stuff around, but I think actually just having the crafting stations for JVH around would be really good. Just with the amount of greenery that adds. I don't know if it makes sense to have that one there, so maybe that one is going to be here. Yeah, that makes more sense, right? And that already brings in a little bit of extra greenery, which is always good. So yeah. A tiny nice little house. I think I want like a fireplace in here. I would probably prefer to use the CKF one. Just because it looks cooler. There we go, let me out. There we go. And it's gonna blend in quite nicely with the Astraeos skins, I think. Maybe with 5.5 a mod storage might increase for PlayStation. Maybe. Would be nice. Would be nice if they tick off that all at the same time, right? Both are like highly anticipated things, so yeah, that would definitely be a nice update. So yeah, I think we're getting there with the build, so we might as well start skinning this a little bit. Should I use Astraeos ones, or should I actually... Maybe we'll throw in a Roman building again, because we haven't really done that a lot, and I feel like that might be nice to kind of... Oh, are these gonna be... Well, I guess that's decided then, because I'm not gonna change these around again. We'll keep it to... We'll stick to Astraeos. And I don't want to have to change those all up again. There we go, let's see. Is there any pillars? More... I guess all the third variants we want to take care of right now. So those. We can do these. And we can add these around. Hello there, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so we have to try and do all the third variants that we can think of. I guess these might be the third variant. Yeah. We have ASR on the cluster, and it doesn't seem to affect PlayStation players any more than other people. I don't think there's like any particular issues. Yeah, I think PlayStation players are just having issues with a lot of things. Nope, that's not the one. Okay, I probably have forgot some things that I wanted to be the third variant, but we'll find it out later, I suppose. So we'll change all those. I think those will keep simple. Do I want to have a little bit of detail there? Yeah, why not? A little bit of flowers. I guess the stairs we want to change. And then definitely for the temple part, we'll use the fancy stones. There we go. Okay, and then we can do these as well. That's quite nice for that. No, don't want that. There we go. Oh, no. I hate when that happens. Well, I guess we'll have to use the third variant again anyway now. I messed it up. Okay, I think the second variant here could be quite nice. I mean, I always like this variant more, but now the flower symbol seems very appropriate if this is going to be a little apothecary. Yeah, why not have some extra flowers there? If you'll ever be able to see them. Hello there! Magnus, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome in. Thank you for the support, I really appreciate it. Let's see. No, I don't think we want a gates there. Okay, second variant. Guess we want a few of those on the side, and I think that might be it for the second variant. I guess let's fix the third, and let's hope we don't mess it up again. And I think the rest is a bunch of the first variant. Hopefully we didn't forget too much, but I think that should get us pretty far. There we go. I guess we want to make sure that we do all of these floors as well as this part. There we go. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about these, but yeah, we can use those on the side. Good night, David. That's pretty late. That's pretty late. There we go. We'll fill these in. Nice like that. I guess that's what we want to continue for those. There we go. Oh, yeah, we want to fill those in as well. I think then we're getting there, right? I think we are. There we go. That looks like a nice, cozy little build again. So a little bit of the temple vibes, but not completely. And once we do decorating, we definitely want to add like a bunch of greenery and plants around. Probably want to make like a little garden area specifically for this build, because I feel like that makes a lot of sense. There we go. There's a plant in my fireplace. That's probably not very safe. There we go. Yeah, I think we're getting there. So yeah, probably we want to have like a little bit of a garden area here. So maybe we don't continue the road over there, because the road's already going to go there. So we have a little garden area here, and maybe around this side over here as well. Yeah, I feel like that makes sense, because the road is probably going to pass by on this side. So we have a little bit of a green area that we can build around it eventually. And then the path is definitely going to go through here. So I'll have to clear a bunch of this to make that all work. The cacti especially is a little bit weird. Oh, thanks for upgrading, Magnus, as well. Now you get early access to videos. So as soon as I schedule them for like normal uploads, you'll be able to see them instantly. Oh, we have forgotten some windows. We definitely want to make sure that we get those in place. There we go. Yeah, I like that. I like the look of that. So I think for now we're just gonna add the scroll like chilling on the roof. Let's give it some of the berries we just found, just in case. So nothing can happen to it. We don't lose it. Because I think we'll probably want to add a sign like this. Wall sign. Magical store. It's probably going to be something for like scroll. Which other ones are there? Potion? Actually, I guess the sign wouldn't be there because you gotta come in here or through the other side. So we're probably gonna have like one sign over here and one right here. There we go, and then we'll probably have the potion one here. That is pretty cool. That is pretty nice. And then, do I want to add the doors in here? Maybe not even, because it's going to be quite crowded then if I need to open them. So maybe it's better without having a door in. But yeah, you could definitely add it, I suppose, but I don't need it. think it's gonna be fine because then you can kind of see in, especially if we do the decorations. Which one did we use for these? Groundstone cluster. Light. Which one is it? Is it this one? I don't know. Could be. Could be the same ones. There we go. So that's kind of how the paths are made. We can connect these, and I like these have a lot more variance, so it's not just spamming the same one over and over again to make a path. There we go. I guess this road now is going to get a little bit wider too, because it's actually going to go somewhere. I think this mod, I've only started using it recently. I think it's Ferries Pathways. Probably you'd find it. I think it's Pathways. You might find it if you search for Pathways, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So yeah, that road is going to go this way. I guess the skin for the building is just Astraeos. Yeah, let's add a well. There we go. A little bit of a well right here. So yeah, I guess there is a little bit of a square right in front. But I guess that's because of that being here. I guess we have a well that kind of fills it up a little bit, and maybe we can add in some details like a cart somewhere. Just to kind of spice things up a little bit. You know, bringing a little bit of life in here and there. I guess we already have a card here, so don't need an extra one. Okay, so for now, I think I want to quickly lay down the path between these buildings to kind of connect up the infrastructure. There we go. I guess that's how that one connects up to those. Because we kind of want to bring in the pathway over here, but then at the same time, the pathway is also going to be like branching out from there. So I guess that's how far we want it to go for now. There we go. We can have this one. And it connects up to that entrance too. Should it be a little bit wider? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, you might be getting a new TV soon. That's good news. Yeah, I still can't believe you've played the entire year so far on a phone screen. That's pretty insane. That makes like building a whole western town even more incredible. There we go. Yeah, now this is a really cozy alleyway as well. Like you kind of come down the main road. You get here, you can turn this way and that way. That's going to be really nice. I need to do like a big JVH decorating spree at some point, adding plants and greenery everywhere. You know, filling up these little parts, making a little garden around there. Of course, all the roofs and stuff. Because that's really gonna spice things up. But we're gonna at least add some plants around the top of this. There we go. Just a few of those. Little bit of greenery. I got shot unconscious. Yeah, whilst in my inventory, but that's fine. You can take that win. Maybe over here. Some nice green. Because this is the Apothecary. That definitely can use a decent amount of greenery, I would say. There we go. And then I guess this is where we bring it back. And I guess we want to do a little bit on the main roof as well. There we go. Just like that. That seems like a decent amount. And then we can, of course, add in a few of these different shapes. Wherever we feel like it's necessary. There we go. Yeah, that's probably about it. And then we have a few of these that we can definitely use. There we go. Just a little bit of greenery here and there. Maybe we want some. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Just a few little touches. Again, it's probably gonna look even better as soon as I actually do the gardens and stuff. But yeah, I feel like Apothecary needs all the nature vibes it can get, and this already does quite a lot to it, I would say. So maybe we do like a little bit. Oh, we have so many barrels, I keep forgetting. You know what, we're not gonna go too crazy just yet. I'm just gonna add a few things to get it started, to get like a little bit of an idea of what it's gonna look like. Wait, I did not do that. There we go. There we go. I think that's a good start. That's definitely a nice start to the thing, to the build. Also, yes, we want to add in some bees and stuff, I think, to kind of get that feel. And we might even go all out and also add in one of these. Do I need to have one of these inside? Think so. There we go. So yeah, that's already giving a little bit of the right vibe. It's not completed yet, of course, but you know, it's a good start, I'd say. It's a decent start. So I think adding one of those there would be really nice. I don't know where else. There we go. So maybe we get one of these in here. Oh. That's maybe a little bit too big. But maybe we can put like just a trophy head in there instead then. Let's see if this one will actually work. There we go. I feel like I'm gonna just move this. There we go. Yeah, that feels quite nice. So we have a little bit of detail there. We'll just have to get like a nice, maybe spider's head or something up there. I feel like that would be appropriate. And then look at this. Look at this little courtyard here. That is quite cool, I'd say. Quite cool indeed. Well, that's one building down that we wanted to make. I guess one thing I should really do, even if I'm gonna make a garden, although I do not have to have the path connect like this. I could have the path going into the garden, connect the other side, because yeah, you can already get here from right over there. So yeah, maybe I'll do that, because I can have more of a nice garden around. what I could actually do in that case, do I want like a little... Maybe I don't even have a thing here. Maybe I just make a nice green garden wall instead. I think that might be nicer. More greenery. Yes, please. All right, that is the Apothecary. And that definitely means that we have some time left. But now the question is what to build next. Because we have the Apothecary, Blacksmith, and the Fletcher that I sketched down. We could build the Tavern. Tavern is a little bit of bigger building, so I don't know if we managed to do that all, but I guess we should give it a go. And the Tavern is gonna be over there, so I guess that would be nice because then we start to fill in the gap next to that side of the street as well, which could be good. So let's see. Okay. Where do I want to start? This is the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total windows. Could I fit it in there? Probably I could. But I would probably need like a buffer zone of like maybe 3 before we started doing anything. Because otherwise it's a little bit random. I guess we could do what we did on the other side as well and have the thatch. Because that kind of makes the buffer already existent there. That's not where I wanted it. Okay, so we have a little bit of a green zone basically. And then afterwards we can see what we want. For now, let's keep it at that. So let's say that this is where the building starts. Do I do it like this? Maybe. So I guess we would also expand it this way. And then on this side, we're actually gonna get a few of these. So yeah, that would be arches to kind of get like a nice archway. Do I want to use it this size though? Because now it's going to be quite tall. Maybe I want to build custom arches because these are going to be quite tall indeed. So maybe, yeah, maybe we do custom built ones because we can make those a little bit smaller. That maybe makes a bit more sense. So yeah, basically then we would have a balcony here, which would be nice because that would overlook the main street and the street kind of leading away from here to the stables and everything. We would have probably just one more pillar there. Maybe we'd even have thin pillars up here to kind of make sure that they don't feel like a continuation of what's going on there below. Then for the arches, I guess we would just want to make them like this. And we'll do it over here too. And some more arches here. This is a sketch. Yes, there's very much a sketch. Very much so, yeah. Actually, a lot of the later additions to this town have had sketches. Basically, all those buildings that we did in the last 2 streams, that's sketches. This is a sketch. This was a sketch, actually. But of course, I didn't build that. Remember, that was definitely Lance. There we go. Yeah. I think that's fine. So yeah, we'll have a nice little archway here everywhere. And then we might find some pathways down. Yeah, because I think you kind of just want to have it like that. There's an entry point. Okay, well, I'll have to fix that at some point. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be like the main building then. And I guess what I want to make sure is that these pillars here are going to be the right ones. There we go. So those should now be aligned properly. All right. So I guess I want to do the same thing for these. Also, I want to actually make sure that these are the right way. I need to just make sure that I have the 3rd variant so I can check if my pillars are aligned the right kind of way. These seem all to be the right way. These as well. That's the right way. That's the right way. Okay. Awesome. We at least know that they're like oriented in the right direction, which is quite important. Now, for this entrance here, I think we're gonna kind of do something like this to build like an entrance. I think that works. Is that too much of an entrance? No, I think that's fine. Hello there! Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, so do we have a little place like this? I think we do. Just for the snap points. I guess that is gonna be the entrance. There we go, just like that. Because, I mean, I could continue this down, of course. And maybe I will. Just to kind of make that a little bit more special. Then we can bring these up. So I guess this means that this building is going to have to be at least another layer. And there we go. I guess... Is this the right way? It is the right way. Probably like that, right? Unless the building is going to be even taller, but I don't know if it will be. It might be. Actually, it's probably going to be slightly taller. It's probably at least going to be that tall. What are we doing today? Well, we just built a little apothecary temple build, and now we're building a tavern because I'm trying to make my town into an actual town. And basically what we've got going on now is we got the fletchery to represent Shadow the Ranger. We've got the apothecary to remember Scroll, the apothecary she had on Monarchy. Then we have this weird temple, of course, that Lance built. Definitely he did. And now we're building a tavern next to it because we need an arson grill tavern next to it for reasons. You know, basically I'm building my friendly neighborhood in my own town now. Which was the plan all along, but it's just taken us a little while to get here. So yeah, I think if we do these... But with these additions, it just definitely starting to feel like a town square in here, which is really good. So yeah, if I fill in these, that should create a nice balcony up here. Yeah. I don't think... I mean, I could go, of course, with, like, the Astraeos, but I think I want to bring in a little bit of wood, so for now I'm going to just change these to this one. See if that works. There we go. Yeah, so basically we have some nice balconies to take a nice view of, as well as these arches before we're welcomed into the side of the building. I guess this would be kind of like a... I don't know. We could have some tables outside. Where'd the game, Maria? You mean on Monarchy? Bob. Onic Bob. Yeah, we might have to do like a... when we build like a horse race track. I don't know if we will. Right now I'm more focused on finishing the town. Because it's taken me a long time already. There we go. Yeah, we're starting to get somewhere. I think on this side, if we have the space, we don't have a lot of space. 1, 2, 3 would be a little bit too much, but we might be able to build some stables on the side, which would be nice because it kind of fills up this area with the little Dodo temple. If only Lance had built it just a little bit over there, but I guess I don't know what he did. He didn't even like... I guess this road wasn't there yet. It's fine. We'll work around it. Yeah, I guess there's not really a way to make another of those gates here, because then we have no space over on this side. For now, let's kind of just get these walkways in place, just as the garden area for that side. And yeah, definitely need to go on a planting spree at some point. But for now, that will be another little garden zone. And I guess on this side, what could we have? I guess you could have a window in the middle. And then normal walls on the other sides. Although, there's going to be another floor there. So yeah, there's going to be another floor there, which means we kind of need to divide these rooms up into 2 layers. And I guess we could have the windows like this, but then they just kind of start from the ground. There we go. Yeah, that's going to be quite nice. And then I guess for this layer, we could have the window if in a different way. There we go. Just like that. I guess the windows wouldn't be super tall, but that's big enough, I think, to still get that window. And it's going to get a little bit taller because of the arches we'll make. And then I guess we really want to start getting these dividing things in. I definitely want to have some wood in here, so I don't think we're going to make all of these the fancy pillars. I think only specific parts are going to have the fancy pillars, and the rest is going to bring in some wood. So these side pillars definitely can be wood. We can have stairs coming up on this side. And the inside is going to be wood. But then the balcony, of course, is going to be stone again. And then this side is not really going to have too much windows if it's going to be stables. So I think we do want to continue these pillars. There we go. And I think the stables, I might make them out of thatch foundations, which probably not the smartest, but I think the beds would look quite cool if it's made out of like hay material instead of the clean Astraeos tiles. And maybe if we only do the middle ones like this, it makes a little bit more sense. Now I think the only downside is, does a horse fit through a double door? Probably not, right? Because otherwise you could just use those as stable doors. I mean, we could still go there for the look. Because then you could kind of just do this. They do. Oh, that's perfect. Because then we can just use the little saloon door, which I think will be a little bit nicer. This is not the right one. There we go. There we go. Actually, I might build more of this out of wood, since it's like the side building, the stable building. Do I need all of that? Or do I kind of just make dedicated ways to ride up? I feel like that could be cool. Makes it feel a little bit more deliberate that way. It does mean that we kind of want to have these. And oh god. There go my pillars. Bear with me, because if we do this, it's not going to stick through. And we'll change all these to the frontier ones. So yeah, there will be a little bit more wood involved. I guess those are also not going to be foundations, just so that we do not have everything sticking through on the outside. And then we can just have ceilings to fill in the rest. There we go. Although maybe, yeah, it could be nice if that was made out of stone, I suppose. So maybe we unskin these for now, so that the bottom layer still looks like it's going to be made out of stone. And then I think I want to start with a half layer. So we're doing something like this. Maybe just these. There we go. And I guess we want to have those dividers in the middle too. I guess I can't place those yet. I could have a window there, and I could have a window... No, probably not. Although I could... I could do a window. There we go. I mean, to be fair, here on this side, I would probably... Nope. I would probably just have a beam like this. There we go. But yeah, I feel like a window on those sides could definitely be welcome. There we go. Awesome. So yeah, that's gonna be your stables to have some little horses in there. I guess we're going to need Can't really do an overhang. Unless we do something like this, of course. Which could be quite nice. I don't know. Let's think about this for a little bit. Let's think about it. Because if we build the roof too high, it also influences the amount of windows we could have on the side of the building. Although, it could also make it more interesting. And I don't think we want to make this too low, because then it's going to be very annoying to get in and out with the horse. A thatch roof, I think that would be too steep, because kind of all the roofs, of course, are going to be here, the ramps, and we do not have thatch ramps. In Vanilla Ark, at least. Yeah. What do we do? That is a good question. There we go. Let's at least add in these windows. Awesome. So back to work. Well, enjoy the rest of the work day, I suppose. If you can enjoy your work day. There we go. Yeah, I think doing the roof the other way might actually be quite a nice touch to make this a little bit more interesting. So we'll have like a roof like this. Awesome. That is quite neat. There we go. Yeah, I like that for the sides for sure. I kind of wouldn't mind continuing that all the way. I guess I kind of just need these snap points for a little bit. There we go. Do I need more than that? I don't know. I guess we could have these in there without messing anything up. To have a little bit more supports going on. And I guess we could have these. Add in another beam. To make it like a proper little stable area. I like the idea of that. And I think I also don't mind the idea of extending this a little bit further to just make this a little bit nicer, a little bit more unique. And then I do think we'll stick with the blue roofs. But yeah, that's gonna be that's quite a nice little addition, like a nice little stables on the side, which I feel like makes sense at the tavern. Well, that was fun. There we go. But yeah, I think we need to remove those. And we need to have that for the way around the build. Makes more sense. Means we can have a little garden there, which is quite cool. And yeah, we have the main stables there. Which means we do have a decent start of the building. Like, there's not much more that we need to figure out. Do I also just have stairs here? I guess so. Yeah, I guess that means that we do want to have some entrances here on the side of the building, right? Like, probably over here we would have an entrance, and then maybe over here as well. So we could have some nice doorways in to the tavern. And then fill in those walls. Do we just have some windows here? I think we might. Because there's no reason why we shouldn't have windows here. So there we go. Then we'll add in all the doors. So doors here, doors there, doors over there as well. Some of them we can then change to the windows, because that's definitely going to be where we want them. There we go. So yeah, we have the windows going through. I guess we could continue these all the way. There we go. I think I might just include a little bit more wood in some of these. And just have the main pillars be made out of wood instead. Because I think that's just a nice touch. And then we can have the fancy pillars only where we really need them, like on this little fancy overhang. Because then that stands out a little bit more as well, which I feel like makes sense. And then of course we can have the third variant wherever it is needed. Which is probably, oh nope, it's probably gonna be that. And then I guess up here it's gonna be another one of those. Well, this side, it makes sense to have that one completely continued, and that can then be the fancy skin, because that's all we're gonna see here. Windows everywhere. Well, yeah, where we can, because we already have little windows on this side, and now that I can the opposite places, which is good, then we definitely, of course, want to have a doorway somewhere over here. Go to the balcony. Do we just add those on the corner? I mean, we're probably not gonna continue this all the way until the end, I would assume. So maybe like that. There we go. Because of course we have the big entrance there, so that makes sense to kind of have it stop a little bit earlier. There we go. So yeah, the inside we definitely want to use these skins. We can have all of this. There we go. Do we also have another beam here? I don't know if we do. That might be a little bit much. But do we do more windows there? We could do more windows. Not very tall windows again, but that's fine. There we go. Yeah, I feel like that solves it. And I guess realistically this pillar would also just continue up. So that means this one as well. And this one here. So we'll just have these pillars continue. I guess we would have that on this side too. There we go. So yeah, I feel like at that point we'll also have a window here. Because we're, once again, probably not going to have them in the middle. Or not the big ones, at least. There we go. Just like that. And then I guess for the rest of this, it's going to be a little bit easier because, I mean, we're not really wanting windows there. Probably like this. We could have the smaller windows here in the middle, I suppose. Because those will become even smaller with the Astraeos skins. That feels alright. And then here on the edge, of course, there would be a little ledge before we can have the roof. Which definitely will give us a pretty nice detailed side of the building, I think. That's quite nice. And this one, of course, yeah, that's also quite cool because it has like the big balcony to watch over and the arches once we skin everything. So I guess the last little bit of worry is filling in all of these walls. I think this one we're just going to keep empty. These ones, I think we might have some windows in there. Higher doesn't make any sense because of the roof. And then we can add in all of those. There we go. And then we'll add in the ledge on this side as well. And then we should be getting close to having a nice little tavern build here. There we go. Yeah, that fills in the shape quite nicely there. Makes both sides feel like there's a whole town around it. The main street is feeling like a main street. Well, we just need to add all the plants, of course, but it's getting somewhere, that's for sure. And of course, this place is still going to change. As soon as we add all the skins, it's going to look the part. But in my mind, we're getting there. The sketch has worked out. There we go. Yeah, so that would be the last layer and the roof, I would suppose. And then I guess, I mean, technically you could definitely have an attic layer here if you wanted to, but we're probably not going for it. And we're gonna decorate it as like a nice cozy tavern whenever I get my butt into gear and actually start decorating all of it. I will probably do that this week, because it will be nice to get like a bit of a full overview of what we have going on so far. Yeah, you just need to use the third variant. And then you get the shallow roofs. Of course, you need the shallow roofs if you want to build like a little bit of a Greek style. There we go. Yeah, this is gonna fill it in quite nicely. All right, let's take a quick look if I need any third variants of the skin. I really don't know. I don't think I do. Oh, no, I do. Oh, wait. But this is not... These are going to be the third variant. Are we doing these as the third variant just because we can? There we go. I think so. Okay, yeah, it's sometimes a little bit tricky to keep track of which skin you want to use where, but we'll get there. Alright, let's go to the second variant and start filling in more of the building and see if we are in fact happy with what we've created. I think that one's going to be blank, so we'll do the roof layer first. There we go. It's gonna be the roof, but we have more roofs to take care of. A little stable over here. And then, of course, the balcony on the side. As well as the entrance here. Oh man, why did I have to misclick it? There we go. No, no rain. We don't like the rain. We do not like the rain at all. So yeah, I feel like adding those in on those sides is going to be pretty cool. I guess there's only very few places where you would actually see any part of the foundation, but that's fine. All right, let's see. So we would have... I think on this layer, I'm going to use the second variant on full walls. I think that's how it goes. And then, of course, this layer as well. But yeah, we do not have that many full walls. I guess here we do. Yeah, I guess we can do it here too. Yeah, it's surprisingly difficult because we do not really know all of these parts, but we'll get started on some of these windows if we can. And of course, we definitely can do it over here. We can get all the arches in place, which is what we wanted. I also think these we want to make the second variant because I like the way that looks underneath. There we go. I mean, I guess I can just skin these anyway. As well as the stairs, actually. There we go. Putting all of these in the right skin. Yeah, and I guess the windows, we want to see which ones we can do. I guess some of them I will have to go inside for. There we go. That one is done. That one is done now. There we go. Okay, I guess that's all the windows. We're getting somewhere. I guess now we just try and see if it really is all done if I fill in the rest. There we go. Awesome. I still have to change some variants, but at least it's all skinned on that side. There we go. Oh no, I misclicked. Can't have that. Awesome. Very careful around the windows that I do not misclick again. So that should be another side of the building pretty much done. Except, of course, the ones that we need to change the variants of manually. But for now, we'll just kind of follow that around. There we go. Yeah, that's a nice entrance too. So we already are getting quite far. Filling in these. And then here as well, we can start filling them in. Well, messed up those. What am I doing? Nope. Please. Sad sounds. No. Not again. Wait, did I not skin it? Oh, I just removed the other one. Oh, god dang it. There we go. Okay, careful. There we go. Okay. Think we might be getting there. And we can bring all of these. There we go. Turns out the TV wanted to come early. Oh, so they've taken my TV now. Begin the countdown. There we go. Awesome. All right. So we need to change some of these. Okay, I need these. There we go. I guess those don't really have any variants. Do I also just go for those on this part? There we go. That looks quite cool. Are that all the skins? I believe so. I think so, yeah. This is the variant cycle gun. Seems like it's been updated as well. It's just a mod to make skinning a lot easier, but you have to install it on the server you're playing on. So if you're an official, you're still doomed to use the wildcard system, but otherwise definitely recommend getting a mod like this because it speeds up skinning a lot. Yeah, it seems like it has some new functions as well, like swap skin, pick up structures, demo and destroy, copy and paste skins. So yeah, I guess there's some extra functionality in the gun now. Yeah, I still wish all the skins would work like the Frontier one, so you can just select which variant you want to use before placing them, but apparently Wildcard didn't like that system. Oh, this one needs to go. There we go, we have a Tavern. I'm quite happy with that. Let's see if we can add some of these cool custom decor options. Tavern. Little barrel of beer, that sounds good. We can have another one over here. There we go. I probably, at some place, I also want to add in a custom little signage so I can have the name. Oh geez, look at that. That's quite cool. Hello there, Brini. Welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're finally getting like a town feeling place out here. We definitely need to do some decorating and detailing now that we have the street done, adding all the plants and some random carts and stuff around. I feel like it's definitely necessary. There we go. Let's paint the grass green. There we go. Yeah, I do think I want to also have like at least one spot where I make my own sign. Something like this. Because basically I want to have like a little dermis on top of here, which could be a dodo. You know, since it's going to be dedicated to lawns, this one. There we go. We could just have... Or I guess I could still see... Because there was also signs for this one, right? But those are already connected to the wall. No, I don't want that. I need it like this. There we go. So yeah, we want a dodo. And grill. Finally, we're doing what we said we're gonna do. Now all I need is a dodo dermis, but I guess I'll do that later. Can't be seeing killing dodos. You know, I don't do killing dodos. I guess we don't need to kill them. Actually, we might have a dodo here already. We don't even need to kill it. There we go. I also feel like I'm quickly gonna do this, because if it's gonna be a lance one, I feel like it should look like this. And then... There we go. Look at that little cute sign. I love creating custom dermis signs. That's my new favorite thing to do. There we go. It's a shame, like usually you can't really apply like a costume, doesn't seem always to work. Because otherwise, I suppose we could make one for Scroll as well. Did I get it? I'm not getting the dermis. There we go. Let's see if it works before. I guess we already have it. Let's see it before we try anything. Because can I now do this? See, it doesn't want to do that, which kind of sucks. Too bad. So I guess Scroll's not going to get a custom one. I don't know what creature would be working for Shadow, so I don't know if we'll do one for him. Maybe I'll just ask them their favorite creatures and see if we can do anything with that. But at least we've got a little dodo out here. And now I can't look at the sign too early in the video, you know, just in case YouTube is like, wait a minute. Yeah, these signs, the castle decor is amazing. I really need to... I need to do so many buildings. I need to continue my CKF village. I kind of want to start a castlecraft build. Like, not using CKF, but just castlecraft. I've got this town, but this town is definitely starting to feel like a town now. Like this. This is starting to feel like a town. It just needs a lot of decor to bring life. I need dermises and stuff. To just add people to the streets. Maybe I need to like start a donate your dermis system on my community server and just transfer over a bunch of dermises of people so that I can add them to my village and my towns. That would actually be pretty cool because then I could actually add in the community to my builds. That would be cool. I might do that. Might have to do that. Look at this. This is great. Just use the power of Minecraft off-camera mining, then buildings will appear. Yeah, but then I get the question, can you show how to build those? So that's why I prefer doing streams, or at least record them. Because, yeah, then at least I can show how to build them. But yeah, this building there has really made sure that now this feels like a proper main street. Still need to get rid of all these random stones everywhere. Also, why is that one not? There we go. Yeah, this feels like a proper main street now. We've got the tavern and the temple on one side. We've got like the whole street on this side. And then this is gonna lead off out of the town, basically. Well, maybe. Depends on how much more we're gonna add. Because technically we could fill up all of this with buildings if we wanted to. And then this is kind of the axis of the town because that's the main stables. And of course this whole area we still need to fill up. But we're going to have like a big lighthouse there. Somewhere over here. But yeah, we're getting there. It's starting to become something. I mean, we just need a few big buildings here and there as well, I guess. We only have one temple in the distance. I feel like a Greek town or city should have a few more temples. So maybe we can... this is just so sloped, which is kind of annoying, I guess. But yeah, we might... we could do a lot more building here. A lot. So anytime I want to build something Greek, I think we'll just add it to this town project. And then, yeah. Chicken temple. Well, I already have one type of chicken. Don't know how many chickens I can handle. But yeah, it is coming together. This is going to be a really fun place to start running around. Just exploring, seeing all the different corners. What I might do is, because I used to have a few like old Greek designs over near the obelisk using the old skins. I might see if I can bring those over and kind of incorporate them into the town. Because I don't know if they're all still working, actually. They might be broken. I haven't uninstalled the mod on this server. So maybe it's still there. Oh, it looks like it's still skinned at least. And this is definitely not the cosmetic. Or not the custom cosmetic. So yeah, we of course, my original starter base when Astraeos launched as a mod was here. I don't think I would bring this building over. Don't like it that much. We might build something similar maybe. I don't think we would have this gateway. Because the wood... Like this was before the sloped variant was added to the Astraeos skins. But yeah, we might bring some of the ideas over. Because then at some point I might be able to uninstall that mod. Which is no longer continued. So yeah, I could build these buildings. I could definitely add those little details in my town somewhere. And I guess then the only bigger building is this one. But now we could use the Astraeos custom cosmetics to build it. Because all the missing pieces should now be there. So that is quite nice. We could definitely bring that over, because I had big plans here, but obviously I never did it, because then I started building the giant city with my tribe on my community server. We also have this villa here, which is really cool, which I kind of can't move, not in the same way, at least with these layers. Also, this is huge, so I don't know if it would even fit. You folded on this town. No, well, I did another town with all of you. So that town got built somewhere else. So I might take some of these designs and bring them over to my island, because I feel like it makes more sense to kind of have it all neatly together in one place. And then maybe we could even resurrect some builds from the big Greek city that is now gone. Because yeah, there was definitely a lot of cool builds in that city that we could maybe try and bring back, but that would have to be from memory, so that might be a little bit more tricky, but we'll see what we can do. But yeah, this is starting to look really cool. I'm quite happy with what we've got so far. Let's do a quick little look around. So yeah, we have the entrance to the docks. Definitely needs detailing because it's super empty here. And I can't keep just postponing that. So maybe before we build too much more, we should have like a... Either I need to do like a decorating stream, or I just need to do it between streams or sometime. I really like this new build we got going on now. I feel like I might need a little garden section here as well, just to kind of have it all the same, because we have the railings on that side over there. So I feel like it would make more sense to do that on this side as well. Kind of create like a little garden area, because probably not going to really build anything in there. So I might as well make like a garden with some statues in there. Maybe we should do that just before we finish up for the day. I'm going to use... No, we don't need to use ceilings everywhere. We just kind of need to use ceilings along this side. How far did it go here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 4. Definitely not going to go 5 there. Also, why is that a different skin? There we go. So yeah, I feel like that's about how far we want to take it. And then I guess we could have this going pretty far like that. I guess that's kind of strange, but I kind of like keeping that rock around. Could we? I mean, we potentially could keep that all around, yeah. Because then we could just build a nice big garden here. With some of the bigger statues. There we go. There we go. So yeah, probably need the other skins around it, but we can at least add in those. Okay, I'll need to figure out something with that rock, or might end up taking it out eventually anyway. But for now, we'll just quickly add all of these in. We'll make the garden a thing. There we go. Before I accidentally paint my whole town green. And then we can add the skins to this. And now I'll definitely need to have a good session with at least some JVH to fill in some of these parts. But at least we can take off a pretty sizable addition of the town now, which is quite cool. There we go. Then the final one. There we go. And I guess we want to make sure that we change the variance on these. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, and then we'll have some statue in there and some plants around it and everything, and that will be perfect. That kind of finishes this main street section of the town. We got cool new additions like the Apothecary here, which definitely needs some decoration because we can see inside. But yeah, Scroll's Apothecary is right over here. And then we've got the Dodo Awesome Grill, but then Greek and Astraeos themed. Gonna add a few last touches in. Just kind of adding these pathways so that we're really got these last sections filled in. Why can't I delete them? There we go. Yeah, it's just a different branch of the same franchise, of course. There we go. So that's the pathway to the build. And then I guess we also want a little bit of a path into these sections. There we go. So yeah, you can get to the stable area. And I guess, yeah, we want to definitely have a little bit of a road here, but we'll wait with that for now until we have a little bit of a clearer vision, because there might be something here. You never know. So for now, I guess we'll keep it like this. And yeah, we got a lovely addition to the town. It's definitely starting to be a town, and quite happy with the additions of today. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, of course, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And then let's take a quick peek around everything before we say goodbye for today. But yeah, who'd have thought? All these months ago now by this point. Because we started this basically right after Monarchy. There we go. It is definitely becoming a town now. The town center is towning. I love these buildings, all the different heights and different styles, and the tavern definitely really helps filling in a nice corner here with a little bit of height to it. I like the little wooden addition to it, which is quite good. Oh, I need to skin the bottom of this still. Quite a short stream compared to Enshrouded. Yeah, because I'm addicted to the Enshrouded, and these building streams are a little bit more intense. you know, I've ran out of sketches pretty much. And I still have some other things to do. That is mostly it. There we go. Yeah, I'm loving some of these new builds. And I'm definitely loving the feel here from the main street. But we do miss some plans, so I do have some work ahead of me. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and everything. And I hope to see you around in the next video or stream. For now, goodbye.